920 AM and 92. You're listening to Kingston Community Radio on WGHQ 920 AM and 92.5 FM, and also online at mykcr.org.
Long ago, you wouldn't think of galloping on a horse while doing calligraphy, and you wouldn't have attempted to ride your bike while typing a letter. Yet you think you can safely operate a multi-ton vehicle while texting? Behind the wheel is no place to multitask. If you want to BRB, drive now and text later. Lives depend on it.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org, a message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, Noise, and the Ad Council.
Hi, I'm Kelsey Grammer. Wounded Warrior Project supports injured veterans by connecting them with fellow warriors, by serving them through mental health and wellness programs, and by empowering them to live on their own terms. No one should face a battle alone. Join us at woundedwarriorproject.org.
On top of first-class care, you will never receive a bill. The only thing we had to worry about was just keeping Azalea comfortable. St. Jude saved her life.
Finding cures, saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Hi, this is Jared Mans from the Spring Lake Fire Department, and I support Kingston Community Radio, and so should you.
This portion of Kingston Community Radio is brought to you by Ulster Savings Bank. Visit their newest branch, conveniently located at the Ulster Commons Plaza in Lake Katrine. Experience the difference that local community banking offers with the convenience of another great location, easy access, plenty of parking, and a 24-hour ATM. Ulster Savings Bank, invested in community, invested in you. Member FDIC.
Oh.
Good morning.
Right. Good morning. It's Thunder Thursday.
Live from Lucas Avenue, Uptown Kingston.
Yeah, here we are.
Okay.
Here we are. This is Tony Marmo.
This is Val Dwyer. Good morning, Tony. Good morning,
Good
listeners.
morning. Good morning, Lawrence. He's just passing through. So now he's gone.
Yeah. We're on our own.
We're on our own. That's
okay. Fly here. We're going to find out.
Used to be when we started in the old, when I was at the beginning of this, you could answer. They had like a control panel right on the table with the hosts, so you could answer phones right from the host.
Yeah, we're not
that sophisticated.
We're not that sophisticated.
Yeah,
I'm not that talented.
Yeah.
Either.
Yeah,
so
no, that's okay. It's good. You are very talented, but not buttons and switchboard stuff is a little bit much. So
no, Lawrence stepped out actually to deal with some Happy Christmas fun stuff. So we should talk about that a little bit.
Yep,
we had our drive.
Right, driving Veterans Day too. Today's Veterans Day. Let's give a big shout out to all the veterans. Yeah, that's over the top of the Happy Christmas fund. Right. Yeah. So big tribute to all the vets that are out there, and I know there's going to be a lot of celebrations this year because last year was the O for the season year. Nothing happened. So big parade in the city. That's going to happen again. Big Veterans Parade, and I'm sure all local stuff. And we could probably talk about that at some point. Figure out where everything's going to be. I'm sure there's going to be something in Kingston, right?
Yeah, and a big shout out to Frank Guido. I always love that on Veterans Day.
Yeah,
he
absolutely.
does free dinner for veterans, and I think that's really cool.
And I'm sure there's some other places that do it too. I know Roadhouse.
Do they do that?
Yeah, Roadhouse Grill does it. It's just we have to honor all the folks that served, and I know I was just down in Staten Island with my 97-year-old uncle, World War II veteran, who's been on this show. I had him on talking about his experience, second wave of D-Day, and he survived that somehow. He said, I don't know how bullets were flying all over him, he said, and he didn't get killed, just not his time. But he said, it was an unbelievable, and really he doesn't talk about it much, but now he's 97, so, he starts talking about it a little bit, and he said that was just a surreal, unbelievable experience, but he did get wounded, but I'm not sure he got wounded on D-Day or subsequently, I can't remember, but, it's great, and he's like living history, that guy.
Yeah.
I just talked to him the other day and asked him about where my mom and dad grew up in the city and where, his parents grew up in New York City. Like, Harlem, which is now mostly black and Hispanic, back then was all new immigrants coming in, Irish, German, Jewish, Italian, Polish, and they all had their little neighborhoods, So I was asking him about that because we got to get him on tape because as soon as he goes, all that history goes with him,
Right.
So shout out to all the veterans out there. Thank you for your service and all you do and continue to do, and we just need to honor that group.
Yeah,
right.
Absolutely.
It's a big deal.
It should be a whole month, not a day.
It should be, exactly. It's been, we had this, so the Rolling Thunder, which is kind of like it's a military, some vets in there, but others, non-vets, motorcycle group that they come and celebrate veterans, and they did that for my uncle down in Staten Island a few Saturdays ago, and there were 50 people there. It was 50, 60 people.
I got to tell you, motorcycle groups, I know sometimes there's this
stigma
with motorcycle groups, but they always come out and they are the most kind and supportive groups. And they stick together and they really, they support.
It's like a brotherhood, sisterhood type of thing. It's a big deal. So, I think there's a Rolling Thunder chapter in Ulster County or Hudson Valley anyway. This one happened to be Staten Island. But
Eddie Parker, when he was on, he's Hudson Valley?
I think so.
He's part of a group, but I don't remember exactly what the name is. But
and so are the Ryan's group.
Yep. Carol and Vince.
Yeah. The Kelders.
The Kelders. I think they may be part of the same group as Eddie. I believe. Yeah. And they all came out for the St. Jude's. That Danielle and Eddie.
Right. How'd that go? I don't know. Do you know?
Good. I think they made close to $7,000 or something like that for St. Jude's, something like that. So that was really good, and that'll be an annual thing.
That's great. Great.
So it was very well attended.
Talking about raising money, your first experience as participating in the Happy Christmas Fund at Boyce's. What'd you think?
Yeah.
What'd you think about it?
So my first thought was as I was pulling up, oh crap. Because as I pulled up, I was listening to you guys on the air. And I heard something. Somebody said something about a tent, and I'm thinking, is this outside? Because I am not prepared. And it was a cold day that day.
Oh, it was 28.
And and I know I was listening. I think an hour before I came on, so 2 segments before mine, they had all the law enforcement on, and that was a big group. They had 10 guys, so it was a little
raucous.
Yeah,
usually
a little intimidated coming in, but it went well. It happened fast, and we raised a lot of money.
Oh yeah, we raised a ton of money.
People came down, and it was really cool.
Right, I think Lawrence was saying we're just about around 70,000. We should break 70,000, which is tremendous for the families and the kids that are going to be recipients of that. Some of the seniors. And KCR, that's how we're going to stay on the air going forward, is by doing, one big fundraiser, plus the underwriters that we have, and we should mention all those, and we'll do that maybe before this half-hour segment is over, because the underwriters also supported, the Happy Christmas Fund, in addition to being underwriters. So Arrow Construction, Norman Staffing, several others, Ulster Savings Bank, Mid-Hudson Valley Federal Credit Union, Rondout Savings Bank, all supported in a big way the Happy Christmas Fund. So, and of course Bob Siracusano and Greg Chorvis, hit it out of the park. They just they're just amazing
fundraising.
Oh my gosh, they're just staggering about the connections and the they're behind a cause. That cause is going to make money. Yep. I mean, Boys and Girls Club up in Saugerties. There's others that, the Saugerties.
Benefit from them.
Yeah, absolutely.
So now you can still donate to the Happy Christmas Fund up till, and I believe
Christmas Eve. Yeah.
Christmas Eve. You can go into Boyce's. You can go into
Stewart's.
You can go into Rondout Savings Bank, Ulster Savings Bank,
Mid-Hudson Valley Federal Credit Union, Ulster Federal Credit Union. Those are the ones that I know of. So yeah, there's
the old-fashioned way. Mail a check.
Right.
P.O. Box
4364.
Kingston, New York
12402. Right.
Or Venmo.
Venmo it. You can still Venmo it. Right. Lawrence. It's Laurence. Maxwell, like the coffee. At Kingston Community Radio. So that's an easy way, and I think we got, a couple $1,000 easily through Venmo. So, so it's good. And we thank, all the listeners that supported it, who came in to Boyce's. We thank Boyce's, right, for opening up their place, and they fed us. And, I should have worn the long johns, the under polypropylene, like skiing pants underneath the regular pants. A little chilly.
You think it was cold in there that day?
Well, 28 degrees when we came in.
Oh, okay. And then when the door kept opening, everybody's getting their milk in the morning.
Right. And also the delivery guy was there and opened up the side door.
Okay.
And so it was like.
Yeah, I'm glad I was at 1:30.
Yeah, you're lucky. And we want to give a shout out to Pat and Diane, who took calls all day. And they were there at 7:00, and I think they left at 4:00, but. Yeah, they did a lot, and
that's a long day.
Yeah, it's a long day, and they came from Bob Siracusano. I think they work for Sawyer Motors up in Saugerty. So
great.
Yeah, they're two good people. So yeah, it was a great experience. A lot of hard work that goes into it. Lawrence sent out 1,100 letters and help from the Chamber of Commerce, and so Ulster County Chamber. So yeah, it was a really cool experience. I'm exhausted after it. I'm sure Lawrence is too.
Yeah, you were there all day.
And got a little couple.
I came in like
sniffles.
a hurricane.
Yeah.
In and out.
Yeah, that's okay. You killed it. I mean, it was a lot. You got a lot of folks to support you and the cause, and so thank you for all the stuff you're doing.
Yeah, it was fun. Good cause.
So what else? What else is going on in our great city?
What's going on?
Getting ready for the holidays? Yet?
It's weird, right?
I know, it's like 2 weeks away. It's Thanksgiving.
I know, Thanksgiving.
Right?
So
today's the
11th.
11th. So 25th, here we come. Yep. So what are you guys doing?
I do. My parents, they're going to host this year, so we'll be over there.
Right.
My husband's family. My husband and I are very fortunate that our families like each other.
Yeah.
That it doesn't always happen when you have two families.
Exactly.
So
right.
Everybody from, my brother's family to, my Dennis's brother's wife's family, we all get along.
Right.
It's all, so, so we'll
that's good news.
Hopefully be together. So, yeah.
It's good. Yeah, we're going down to Long Island to my son Michael's in-laws. Breeze, Mike's wife's sister, Breeze, has a nice big old house down there, so we're going to go down there. Last I heard, there was, 15, 18, 20 people.
Good.
Fun time with all the little ones running around, too. So, yeah. So that should be cool. And, then the Christmas, Hanukkah holidays coming up. And so I was thinking about this. Last year, everybody was like, oh, well, we shouldn't probably get together. It was groups of 10, no more than groups of 10, and who's vaccinated, who's not vaccinated. Pretty much last year, this time, I don't think a whole lot of people, I don't even think the vaccines were out, right?
I think it started in like very early, January.
February, vaccinations came out and were hard to get. So, the holiday season last year, people were getting together, those that said, hey, we can do this, and this is our, what they call the bubble or something, or
they're in my pod, something like bubble that. Or whatever they call it,
So, but we know COVID is still out there, so people have to be careful. I just heard of somebody who's, I'll say young guy, 60 years old, who contracted it, and, is fighting. So, we can't let our guard down and just have to continue to, do smart things and, just keep the hand sanitizer, if you feel like you need to wear a mask, wear the mask, and stay healthy. Stay healthy. Got to do that one way or the other. So we got a great lineup today.
We have a great lineup today.
Let's see.
Surgeon from Central Hudson at 7:30.
Right. Yeah.
8:00 we have Glenda Vitone.
Yeah, Vitone.
Coming on.
Right, good Italian name.
Glenda and I have been friends. Yeah, we've known each other for a very long time. And I ran into her at some of Don Mapes' community events. So she's doing some really cool things for the youth. So I wanted to bring her on.
Great.
So kind of a feel good.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of special people out there, and she's certainly one of them.
Positive things. Then at 8:30 we have Gail Wistance, and she's from the Hurley Heritage Society, talking about, I think, a display they have going on or some kind of event in the town of Hurley. And then at 8:45, these are two call-ins. We have Barbara Meltzer from the Coach House Players. They're going to be doing...
Yeah, there's a show this weekend, I believe,
Right.
so she's going to be calling in to talk about that and
Great.
get the details on
Great,
that.
great,
So that'll
great,
be
great.
good. Yeah.
So, and we have the Ulster County Italian American Foundation group has our multicultural dinner on Saturday at Wiltwick, so that should be fun. Just not just the Italians there. There's going to be other ethnic groups there, and everyone kind of brings a dessert, their own cultural dessert. And so I think we have over 100 coming. That's not bad in these days,
Yeah, that's good.
So
We have the Snowflake Festival coming up December 3rd.
Snowflake is coming up,
Be good.
right.
Good.
So proceeds from our event on Saturday night go to the Rear Center, because they're the kind of the multicultural organization around here. Sarah Litvin and doing a lot of good work there, trying to, keep the different cultures, heritage out there. The Rear Bakery is kind of a little museum itself, and kind of a big attraction for some folks coming from out of town. But
Where is that? Is that on?
It's at the top of Broadway.
Broadway, yeah,
because you're
yeah.
going right on the corner there
Yeah,
of.
yeah. I've been in that building.
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
Upper, lower Broadway.
Yeah. Upper, lower. Upper,
Not the
lower.
top of
I know. No,
hill. As you start down the hill towards.
I always laugh because Upper Broadway,
Strand.
unless you get to the end, you don't realize that it goes
You're right.
down. Otherwise, it's
I
just
know.
straight.
Yeah. If you're an
How
out
about
of
near
towner.
the traffic circle?
Yeah.
Traffic circle side of Broadway.
Traffic circle side. Yes, I guess we can say that. I think it's working well.
I love the traffic circle.
Seems like me too.
And I was not very excited about it because I don't like the one at the Thruway, but
Yeah.
this one was a pleasant surprise. So
Yeah, I think this one just for me is I don't know, safer or easier. I mean, you still got to keep your eyes open, obviously,
Yeah.
and but the one it was almost a crash 'em up there.
on the Thruway.
Oh
the
yeah.
Thruway, that's a bad one.
Yeah,
It's just not. It's not a big enough area.
Yeah.
I'm amazed though how many people I see just stop their vehicle in the
Yeah.
middle of the roundabout
Yeah.
at 587th, the new one.
Oh yeah, the new one. I know. Yeah.
Really bizarre.
Yeah.
But,
Too cautious.
Yeah,
in
too
terms
cautious. So I want to take a moment
Yeah.
to talk a little bit about current event we have going on with my group Concern Kingston.
Yeah, let's go.
Over the weekend, there were a lot of people that were kind of upset in the community because there were canvassers going around for Defund the Police.
Okay.
I think pretty much every house got hit in the city. So
So
people
can
are a
you
little-
define what defund the police means, though? And because I think there's a little bit of a misnomer.
There
I'm not
is.
in favor of it, but
Right. So they, and I briefly saw the flyer. They want to take that money away, reduce the
Right.
police officers, and put
Training.
them put them to they don't think that they should be calling to like a mental health call or
Right.
lock out of your vehicles and things like that. But and somebody actually had a law enforcement officer had a response to that. It's there's always three sides to every story,
Right.
And unfortunately, a lot of times, and police officers are trained. Like when we had Brian Aiken on here, they everybody, like you said, there's this stigma,
Social.
but they are.
Right.
They are trained to deal with those emotional issues. And
Absolutely.
unfortunately, a lot of times when you have somebody who's in mental distress, you could be dealing with
Sure.
a gun or
Yeah, absolutely.
something like that. So, and I'm not saying that we don't need those additional resources for those
Right.
situations, but I'm saying we're not really in a place to pull away from our police department. We
Yeah,
see what
it's just a
happened in New
wrong
York
time.
City
It's
with
a wrong
Defund the
time.
Police.
Wrong time for
New York
any
City
of
was
this stuff.
Defund the Police, and now they're like, now
Look, I mean, from the standpoint of any business or any municipality should look at running itself efficiently, and if
Correct.
there's excess or if there's waste or if there's unnecessary expenditures, you owe it to the taxpayers to look at that. And I don't care if it's fire, department or police or wherever, but especially today where everyone is kind of on edge. I mean, it to me is like, you see how fast people are driving. You see just reactions that you get.
The violence in our community is unprecedented.
Right,
This
right.
is not the time
Correct.
to pull back the funds.
Yeah. So even if it's, training dollars, I mean, I heard that, Defund the Police really is code for, no more training. We'll keep people out in the street, keep cops out in the streets, but we're not going to do any excess or extra stuff. Mm-hmm. None of that makes sense to me at this point, because it's like a tinderbox out there, like the gun violence, the drug use, the gangs increasing, and that all migrates. It might start in New York City, but it migrates up to the Hudson Valley and beyond. So, yeah.
And they're probably going to target a community that's message is defund the police, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. So it's
so where I was going with that is we've had some Back the Blue signs made, and we've had 4 local businesses offer volunteer to. You can go into these 4 businesses, buy these Back the Blue. Our community backs the blue.
Yeah.
They're $10 a sign. All the proceeds is going to Boys and Girls Club of Ulster County.
Right. That's great.
And then the signs are free to law enforcement.
Great.
So you can.
So where can you get those?
You can get those at the Corner Bar.
Okay.
On Delaware Avenue.
Okay.
You can go to Morton Boulevard, Savona's Plaza Pizza.
Okay, Danny's.
On Morton Boulevard.
Okay.
Timely Signs on
Okay.
Clinton Avenue.
Great.
Or Uptown Coffee
Okay.
on Wall Street. So, yep, and all that information, I posted that on my personal page.
Okay, good.
On Facebook,
Good.
too.
And is it on Concern Kingston?
And it's on there, too.
Okay,
Yep,
great,
Yep.
great,
So
good.
we're going to paint the town blue.
Great. Very good. So we can also, maybe we can share it to KCR's page.
Yeah, that would be cool.
I think that'd be good. And, yeah. I mean, look, at the end of the day, if you want a dialogue, let's dialogue about
At
it.
the end of the day, who are you going to call? Because it's not going to be Ghostbusters.
Yeah, right. It's going to be the boys and girls in blue, for sure, Yeah, so, but, have a civil dialogue about all this stuff without emotions, without pointing fingers, without saying, white this, black that. Mm-hmm. Just find the middle ground somewhere.
Right,
and then start from there. I mean, that to me, that's how to do this, not just stay in your own camp and throw bombs, literally
Yeah.
and figuratively. So, yeah, I mean, look, the society always changes. Generationally, we change. Just the way of, the places where I grew up, are different now. The time frames are different. Everything's different. So it's going to continue to evolve, hopefully not devolve. Right? Not the other way around.
Right.
So, yeah, we just got to be vigilant and stay involved and stay active, which you're doing, and you're, folks that.
Yeah, because the morale obviously with law enforcement right now is not, and somebody said this to me once, and I really thought about it, and it really sat with me. Is every call they take, they're showing up to somebody who's probably having a bad day.
Absolutely.
So they're dealing with everybody's bad days every day, on top of what they have going on in their own personal lives.
Yeah.
And so, it's very important that we support them.
It makes me think also about, we should think about having somebody on from the Department of Social Services, especially the folks in DSS that deal with parental and kid issues, of parents basically just, abusing their kids or not paying attention to them properly, and the county has to step in and remove that child from that situation.
Yeah,
There's a lot of that going on.
There is, unfortunately.
We don't hear about it much.
And unfortunately, the law favors the parents a lot, not necessarily the child. So a lot of
Really? You think so?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I don't know a whole lot about
it. Parents have more rights than unfortunately.
I would think if the child was in an unsafe situation, that the courts or whomever would do their best to get that person out, that child out of that situation. And so, but I think it's a good topic to talk about. I think we should get somebody in, and we'll get in touch with Mike Iaposi. Well, he's the big cheese of that.
DSS.
DSS.
Yep.
But there might be somebody that he would like to bring in.
Yeah.
So, And the other piece of this is mental health, the whole...
Which we need our mental health services back, and that's, yeah.
Well, that's the inpatient part,
Right.
and I agree with that. That should have never been taken out of Ulster County to begin with. Shame on Westchester Medical Center for doing that, quite frankly. But I'm talking about the outpatient piece of it too. And it crosses over into drugs and use of drugs and the whole mental health piece. So, yeah, I think we need to shine a little spotlight on both of those areas, and maybe we can do that because you were talking about mixing up our guests a little bit.
Yeah, definitely.
So we're going to do that.
Yeah,
let's hit some events that are going on. Want to hit that? It's a nice,
sure. Wreaths Across America.
shiny one.
Yeah, I remember this one. This is a good one. I read this last time.
Right.
Wreaths Across America, the Saugerties VFW Post 5034 sponsoring a bus trip to Saratoga National Cemetery to remember the fallen, honor those who serve, and teach our children the value of freedom by placing wreaths on the grave sites. This is Saturday, December 18th. It's $15 a person. It leaves from is that Greco Senior Center?
Mm-hmm.
Greco Senior Center at 10 a.m., returns at 5 p.m. And you can contact Bob Howe at 246-8510. You can make checks payable to Saugerties VFW, P.O. Box 5034. Oh, excuse me. P.O. Box 152, Saugerties, New York, 12477. So that is Saturday, December 18th, and you can contact the Saugerties VFW for more information on that.
Great. This
Good
is
announcement on Veterans Day.
Yes, it's great. Hopefully, maybe George Post will call today. He's our resident veteran that calls and supports KCR a lot from Port Ewan. So this is our friends at the Kingston Monocorps and Damencorps. They're the German cultural group in our area. They're having a fall concert, dinner, and dance on Sunday, November 21st. That starts at 1 p.m., followed by...
Don't forget the hors d'oeuvres at noon, Tony.
Oh, where's that? Oh, that's right. I missed the hors d'oeuvres at noon.
That's the most
Thank
important
you.
part.
Oh, geez, I missed that. Thanks, partner.
I got your back.
Thank you. So hors d'oeuvres at noon, Sunday, November 21st. Concert at 1, followed by a smoked pork dinner. I'm not going to say Kassler Ripken or something like that, whatever it is. Dance music by Gregory and the Brauhaus Band. Reservations strongly recommended by November 13th, which is this Saturday. Contact Alina at 339-5969 or Hildegard at 757-5135. Or just call the Monocorps. It's going to be at the Monocorps Hall on 37 Greenkill Avenue. Proof of vaccination is required upon entry, and masks are required.
Okay.
So there you go. And it's $40.
Oh, this
So that's that one.
is an event happening today. So let me skip
Yeah,
ahead.
skip ahead.
Quick, jump in the shower
What?
and get ready.
What?
Well, we're already showered, but
We're
if you're
already showered.
home and you're in your
I
bathroom,
know I am. I know.
get showered up. The American Legion Post 72 and VFW Memorial Post 72 joint Veterans Day ceremony is at 11 a.m.
Oh, great.
It doesn't say where it is.
All right.
It does not say where it is.
So what's the beginning of it?
It says the American Legion Post 72 and VFW Post 72 joint Veterans Day ceremony at 11 a.m.
It's probably in Kingston.
I think it's maybe
we
Saugerties,
don't
I think. Leading the ceremony will be Jim Gage along with the Saugerties Community Band.
Oh, it's got to be Saugerties.
Yeah, American Legion Post 72 will be open after the cemetery for an open house for the public. There will be food and refreshments following the ceremony for our guests. And the Veterans History Museum will also be open for guests.
Right.
That must be Saugerties.
Yep.
Because there's some...
It's 30 John Street in Saugerties.
Okay.
So that's where
There you
you're going to go.
There you go.
And that's today at 11 o'clock. I'm sure there's others. Maybe George Post can call in and tell us what's going on in Port Ewan. I'm sure there are a lot of Veterans Day events. As I said, Kingston, I'm sure. Yeah.
And we also, again, as I mentioned before, we have the Snowflake Festival, Friday, December 3rd, Uptown Kingston from 6 to 8 p.m. It looks like there's a raffle for bike.
Okay.
Or maybe more than one bike, I'm not sure. because it says winners must pick up the bike at the festival.
Okay.
So the raffle closes November 15th. Okay, so they must be doing a raffle ahead of time.
Maybe online or something.
Yeah. I'd go to Cuba,
Yeah.
check it out there, and get the information on that. Big thanks
Not
to...
the country,
Not
Cuba.
the K Cuba.
Yeah, Cuba. Cuba.
So that's December 3rd, 6 to 8, uptown. That's always a great
Yeah,
event.
it's a great
I like
event.
going to that.
I think our Italian organization is going to be there to serve coffee and maybe a little anisette or sambuca. No, I don't think we're going to be doing. But coffee, we're going to have.
can
We're
have
gonna
there?
Yeah, some hot coffee and maybe some Italian something or others. A little cookie. I don't know. All right, so we're
approaching the 7:30
we
half
are.
hour. We're going to be we're going to go on a break.
and
for break?
hopefully John Masurgeon will be calling in. Let us know what's going on in Central Hudson.
Central Hudson Land.
Yep. All right, Lawrence, you want to take it away? Yeah. Okay, man. Thank you.
You're listening to Kingston Community Radio on WGHQ Kingston. On your radio at 920 AM and 92.5 FM, and also online at mykcr.org.
Question: what will you find on all over-the-counter or OTC medicine packages to help you choose the right drug and use it safely? The answer: the drug facts label. This label lists the medicine's active ingredients and purpose, how much to take, and warnings you should know before using it. Remember, even OTC medicines you buy without a prescription can cause side effects you don't want. So follow the information listed on the drug facts label. For more information, visit fda.gov/drug facts label. A message from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration.
This is the story of Daniel, who was born 2 months early. His lungs weren't ready. His heart wasn't ready. His parents could only hope that one day he would leave the hospital healthy, and they would all live happily ever after. Daniel's is just one of the more than 500,000 stories of babies born prematurely last year. You can help the March of Dimes stop premature birth and bring more babies home healthy. Learn how at marchofdimes.com. Working together for stronger, healthier babies.
This is Greg Chorvis, and once again, the WGHQ Happy Christmas Fund is asking you to help the needy this holiday season. For the last 50 years, the WGHQ Happy Christmas Fund has helped less fortunate families have a happier holiday. Look for our collection boxes at the local branches of the Ulster Federal Credit Union, Rondout Savings Bank, the Mid-Hudson Valley Federal Credit Union, Ulster Savings Bank, and at the Kiwanis Ice Arena in Sorgies. Thank you very much, and have a happy and Merry Christmas.
Hi, this is Tony Marmo from Norman Staffing, and we've been bringing together employers and job seekers since 1980. If you're an employer and have job vacancies, let Norman Staffing help fill them with permanent or temporary workers. We screen, interview, and recommend the best candidates for your company. We make the employment process easier and faster for you. Please call Norman Staffing for your employment needs at 338-9111, 338-9111, or normanstaffing.com.
Hi, I'm Ruth Quick from Town of Ulster. I support Kingston Community Radio, and you should too.
This portion of Kingston Community Radio is brought to you by Ulster Savings Bank. Visit their newest branch, conveniently located at the Ulster Commons Plaza in Lake Katrine. Experience the difference that local community banking offers with the convenience of another great location, easy access, plenty of parking, and a 24-hour ATM. Ulster Savings Bank, invested in community, invested in you. Member FDIC.
All right, folks, we're back on. This is Thunder Thursday. We're here, and you're there. This is Tony Marmo.
This is Val Dwyer. Good morning.
Good morning, everybody, and good morning to our friend John Masurgeon from Central Hudson. John, how are you?
Good morning. I'm doing great. Hello, Val. Hello, Tony. Hello, everyone.
Good morning.
What
How are you,
another
John?
beautiful morning.
Yes. Yes, you bring the good weather with you. I don't know. I think last time you were here, you brought good weather.
I don't think it's me, but I'll take credit for it.
Just take the credit, John.
Right. So let me start out by saying thank you for supporting the Happy Christmas Fund, Central Hudson doing that. We appreciate that greatly.
Absolutely.
We had a very successful fundraiser, raising almost $70,000. I think we're going to be at $70,000, quite honestly, but money is still coming in, and we're very appreciative. The families that are going to be served, the seniors, the kids that are going to be recipients of these gift cards that get awarded, and then certainly Kingston Community Radio itself to allow us to stay in the air. So thank you.
No, you're quite welcome, and we will help promote the fund too on our social media pages.
Great,
so
great.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Great
John.
cause.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
we really appreciate it, and I don't know, how long have you been on the radio now with us? It's got to be 3 or 4 years, maybe, right?
I think it's 3 years now.
It's got to
right?
be at least that much.
Yeah, maybe. Right. It's been fun every time.
Yeah,
to tell you.
It's a good.
You guys know how to host a great community show. So
well, we appreciate that, and it's also the guests that bring some content with them.
Yes.
So
we couldn't sit here for 2 hours.
No. We like each other, but
we might run out of things to talk about.
Right. So tell us what's going on. I mean, we're coming into the holiday season, obviously, and change of seasons, right? From summer to fall, and daylight savings time gone, and so how does that influence Central Hudson and what's going on?
Well, there are two messages. One is how to prepare your home for the upcoming winter heating season, which we all want to. I put my hands over my ears when I hear that, but it's something I guess we really have to face.
Right.
And the other thing, and I think this has been in the news, is what's happening to prices for everything we pay for, including energy costs.
Yeah.
And that's a bit more serious. So I'll kick off with the bad news first.
Okay. All right. And end with good. Okay, I like that.
We'll follow up with the winter preps. But, we're seeing prices for all kinds of consumer goods go up. The supply chain issues are impacting the ability for retailers and stores and for getting what they need that people purchase. Energy is facing the same thing here, and what's driving this, particularly in the Northeast, is a significant increase in demand for natural gas, particularly overseas, as the world economy recovers.
Right.
And what that's doing is pushing production. We're seeing more economic activity in the United States. So that's raising the demand for natural gas, and also overseas. The United States ships liquefied natural gas, so it takes natural gas, puts it into a liquid form by super cooling it, and ships it overseas. And the big markets are Europe and Asia. Mm-hmm. And the demand is unprecedented right now. And one reason for that, again, besides the increase in economic activity, is that a lot of these countries are switching to natural gas for electric production because it's cleaner than coal. They're trying to phase out some of the dirtier fossil fuels as we eventually transition to renewables. So that's putting a lot of pressure here in the United States, price pressure. So the New York State Public Service Commission predicts that natural gas prices are going to rise about 20% in this winter as compared to last year, which is
what's the average now? Do you know roughly? Or is there now I don't know? I'm not sure how you measure natural gas. Is it in?
It's by units.
Right. It's sold to homes and businesses in units of 100 cubic feet. Or CCF.
Okay.
So, but I'll give you an example. The wholesale cost for natural gas has been unprecedentedly low. I mean, we've seen the lowest cost for natural gas in the last few years, and that's one reason why we're seeing this increase. So, natural gas was selling for, I'm going to call it $2 a unit. Now it's coming up around $4 per unit.
Wow.
And pushing up a little bit more.
Did you say 2 to 4?
2 to 4 is more than 20%. But, right?
Well, that's on the wholesale side.
Okay.
And then the utilities have hedging strategies and other types of ways to help stabilize costs. So that the impact on the bill, we think is going to be about 20%.
Is there something that says that we have to ship this natural gas to other countries? I mean, we're kind of...
No,
What is
we
the incentive?
don't have to.
I mean, I don't mean to be selfish,
but no, isn't that capitalism? Isn't that, you're...
No, but I'm just saying, but we're hurting our own people because that's driving up the cost.
Right.
I mean, we're,
Do the companies really care where they're sending?
Yeah, no, you're right. I guess
No, they do.
They do
and
care?
the federal
Okay.
government is starting to intervene, and we are limiting what's going overseas.
Okay.
Especially in Europe, it's a big problem. Gas prices, I said they're going from $2 a unit to $4 a unit here. Overseas, it's more like $40 to $50 a unit for the same amount
That's
of
ridiculous.
natural gas.
I mean, if you go back to 2019, before the pandemic, which was, the world economy, the U.S. economy was really doing great, and then the pandemic hit. I mean, compare everything to 2019. I mean, when I look at my own business, I'm saying, okay, forget 2020 because, the bottom dropped out of everything. Go back and look at 2018 and 2019 and see where we were at. If you look at these same prices, because the economy was white hot back then worldwide, now it seems like people are just taking advantage of the down economy in coming out of the pandemic. And now demand is going up and they're saying, oh, geez, we can get price and quantity.
Right.
Price and quantity. So
and
I don't know.
Part of it too is we've learned that you could shut down industries pretty easily.
Yeah, right.
Unfortunately, starting up again is an entirely different matter.
Right.
And
right.
and the energy industry is having the same labor issues as everyone else. And I'm talking about what's happening with natural gas prices. For propane, the build price is anticipated this winter to go up by 50%, and for heating oil, 40%. So
about wood, is wood going
up with other fuels too? And electric prices are going to be impacted as well because much of the electricity that we generate in this country is from natural gas plants. That in this part of the country, we're looking at 10 to 15% increase. Not quite as high, but still, you add all this together.
There's going to
high
be
energy costs. You pay more at the pump for gasoline. You're paying more for food and everything else. And fuels, of course, influence the price of everything we purchase. Because everything gets transported.
Exactly.
So
normally
it's not a
pretty sight. Yeah, normally inflation just kind of bogs down the economy because companies are going to say, well, I can't afford this, I can't afford that. Right. Oh, let's lay off people. Oh, excuse me, we don't have people working anyway.
I know.
So I don't know how they're going to. It's there's I forget what the number is now, 9 million job openings in the U.S. So companies maybe don't have people to lay off per se, or maybe other sectors do and some don't. But yeah, this runaway inflation is really scary.
It is scary.
Scary stuff.
It's scary, and I don't know how it's going to end, when it's going to end, if it's going to end.
My son is putting in
the forecasters are thinking that by spring things should level out. Energy prices should level out. Supply chain issues should improve substantially, but we will see.
That's kind of what Cheryl Bauer said last week.
Anything could happen. If we see a new surge or a new strain of the virus that causes concern, then things can go backwards too. So, we're moving along cautiously.
Well, that's all you can do, and how do you predict some of this stuff? I mean, if we're saying springtime or maybe second quarter, that means the workforce kind of returning to because a lot of the supply chain issues have to do with workforce problems, right?
Right.
Truckers can't get stuff, can't get stuff delivered, can't get stuff off the containers, blah blah blah. There was a big push.
It all
I was
goes together.
buying U.S. products.
Right.
Kind of a nationalism type of a movement saying.
Right, but then you need workers to build the U.S. products. So.
Yeah. So it's kind of scary, but so I guess everyone just needs to go get some wood and burn it. And
I don't know if you've been in the grocery store.
Try wood.
I don't know if you've been in the grocery store lately, but there are shelves that are completely empty. Like the chips aisle.
Chips aisle.
Not toilet paper,
That's okay. Who the hell needs chips? You need toilet paper more than you need chips.
I don't know. That's debatable by my kids.
Yeah. My father-in-law is trying to see the humor in all of this, and when he goes to the grocery store, at the checkout counter, he's got maybe 2 bags, and it's $115 or something like that. And he tells the clerk, who kind of is trying to figure out his sense of humor, he says, "I must be getting stronger. I was never able to lift $115 worth of groceries before." It's a situation.
Yeah.
There are on the energy side, from the utility side, there are some assistance programs.
Good.
Is this the good
many
news,
of our
John?
customers
Are we into the good news, John?
Pardon me?
Are we into the? Is this the? You said there was good
news section.
Well, this is the better news part of the
okay, we're going. Yeah, it's like sliding down Broadway. We're going bad, better, good.
Right.
Okay,
so,
go ahead. Sorry.
For some of our lower income households, there's a home energy assistance program, HEAP. These are federal grants that are available through local departments of social services, and they can provide grants towards utility bills. And then New York State also has something called a regular arrears supplement program. This is brand new. It's never been offered before. It provides each household up to $10,000 in utility arrears assistance for households that qualify for HEAP. And then HEAP is pretty. The qualifications for HEAP is pretty generous, I think. For example, a family of 4 earning about $60,000 would qualify for a HEAP benefit. And if that same family has past due bills, the regular arrears supplement will pay that off up to $10,000. So it's something that we're really encouraging our customers to take advantage of. It could really boost their household budgets.
John, how do people start that process, or how do they access the what you're describing, the HEAP?
For households that are income qualified, they can contact the Department of Social Services, and for seniors, they can contact their county office of aging.
Okay, great.
Office for. So these, and then we'll work with those agencies to provide the funding and credit their accounts.
Good. All right. I think all these assistance programs are going to be very much in need. Again, because it's the least fortunate that wind up getting affected by all this stuff.
Yeah.
And the folks that have some means can maybe weather the storm in terms of these inflationary spirals that are going to happen. It's the folks that are on the edge or below the line that are going to be mostly affected. So, and I don't know what the winter prediction is for snow and cold, but I heard it was snowy and cold.
You said the farmer's almanac.
Well, the farmer's almanac,
Yeah, I mean, we're anticipating what's called a normal winter, normal weather, which is a lot colder than it was last year. Last year we had a milder winter.
Although so far it's been, I don't know if November is considered winter. It's like 65 degrees.
I know.
I know. It's going to be a rude awakening, I think, if these predictions come true.
Yeah.
So there's another way to learn about these assistance programs. It's on Central Hudson's website. So you go to centralhudson.com, and then you click on what's My Energy, and then and then I'm sorry, Mike. I apologize.
It's okay.
Click on My.
You
account,
haven't had your coffee yet. I see, huh? Yeah, haven't had your coffee.
I had decaf.
Yeah, decaf.
That's the problem.
I had a little espresso this morning. I have to say, and I have to admit,
that gives you the flash boom. That really helps with Thunder Thursdays.
Exactly. You got to get the motor started.
Get the thunder in there.
Get the motor running.
Yeah.
No, it's good. So yeah, Central Hudson. I mean, you have to try to navigate all these issues and trends, and it's probably not easy because it's almost like lagging in terms of, things happen and then you react, but can you predict them accurately going forward, right? I mean, that's
right.
That's
and
the
then
question.
I think that's a challenge, not just for us, but for everybody.
Oh, absolutely.
Whether you own a
Definitely.
business or just trying to manage your home,
yeah, absolutely.
We don't know what's around the corners.
Yeah, and then
And it's also, I feel like it's one of those things too, like you said, you can't really predict. I mean, I never know what my bill, because I'm a natural gas city of Kingston, so it's kind of like when that envelope comes, you don't know,
it's a
you don't know what it's
surprise.
going to say. You
Right,
don't know how
right.
much,
John, it used to be Central Hudson used to offer an option of budget, like a budget plan, right? You kind of
Yes,
take
very popular.
last
it's-
year's
it's a great,
whatever.
It's a great, right, it takes your annual bill, divides it by 12,
Right.
and then you pay that monthly rate, so
Right.
you know what you're going to pay.
Right.
Now there, obviously it's an estimate because we're
right.
so every
Right.
and on the 6th month there's an adjustment.
Yeah,
So
you
to
take a
make sure
look.
that you're on track. It could be a little higher, a little lower, and then on the 12th month it's a true up.
Right.
Where you might be paying less than your budget or more than your budget, depending on
Right.
your energy use and prices during the course of the year.
Right.
But it's a great way to
put some predictability in.
Yeah, good option.
predict and manage your household budget, because you'll know what that envelope is going to say.
And so if again, going back to the website or calling, if someone wants to start that, say in 2022 coming up soon, they would either go on the website or call.
Yes, you can call us at 845-452-2700, or you can actually go onto our website.
Okay.
I'm looking now.
Okay, good. Now
and
you're.
you can sign up. You can sign up for budget billing online.
There you go. Perfect.
Don't even have to call. So,
all right.
So go to centralhudson.com and you click on my account and billing and payments, and then you select the budget billing.
There you go.
Option.
Yeah, because it's it's a little hard to. I mean, I know my bill now. There's a little bit of fluctuation. I think that's because of one is an
estimate, and then there's a
month,
true up.
right? And then there's the actual reading or meter. So
sometimes it's a good surprise, and sometimes
it's
a bad.
Right, exactly.
Sometimes it's a bug, and sometimes you're the windshield.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
My advice is sweatshirts,
right,
blankets,
multiple layers,
and snuggle.
Right.
That's what we're doing too.
Right.
At home, keep the thermostat down, and
but make sure your house doesn't have gigantic leaks of cold air blasting in, right?
Right.
I mean, that's another.
And so for health reasons, some people need the warmth. So So that's a factor as well. But if you can manage being a little cooler, then that's a great way to save energy.
But coming up, John, too, it might be getting a little bit late for this, but maybe never. Can Central Hudson assist in like an energy audit of your house?
Right, I was going to ask that, yeah.
Energy audits are now offered by independent contractors throughout New York, but there are programs that New York State offers that substantially pays for these these audits, and there's information on our website about that, and at centralhudson.com you look under energy efficiency or save energy,
right,
and there are a list of local contractors that you can call. They'll work through New York State to offer a no-cost energy audit, and they usually provide a report with indicating what sort of upgrades they would recommend, how much it would cost, and what the payback would be.
Yeah,
so you can decide what you want to do.
Yeah, that's important now, especially if rates are going up, monthlies are going to go up, and you want to try to be as efficient as you can,
way
right?
To
Instead of taking a bathroom towel and stuffing it underneath the door. Let's do a little bit more, research on that. Yeah. Right.
Yeah, I mean, it just weather stripping and blocking these drafts. That alone, even with towels, can save about 10% on your energy bills, which is significant.
It's a big deal. So,
especially if you have an older home, you know where the leaks are. So block them off and It makes a big difference.
Good.
And all right, so
what else?
What's
the
quick
best
safety
news?
message here as we enter the heating season? I mean, I know that some heating systems have already turned on because we've had some pretty cold weather. If you haven't already done so, it's advisable to have your home heating system checked by a professional to make sure that it's operating properly, especially this time of year. We run the risk of a blocked chimney flue or venting flue, in particular because of the falling leaves. That could prevent flue gases from escaping and cause a buildup of carbon monoxide gas in the home.
Yeah.
So, be sure to have a carbon monoxide detector in your home. There's often combination smoke detectors and carbon monoxide detectors. They are a great device to have in the home, and they will. They're just it's great insurance to make sure that you're safe inside your house. So carbon monoxide is a gas. It's the product of combusting any fuel, whether it's oil, natural gas, wood. It doesn't matter, and it's colorless and odorless, and it can be deadly. So it's very important to make sure that your heating system is working properly and venting properly, and that you have carbon monoxide detectors in the home. The detectors can be picked up at local hardware stores, and it's also
like Herzog's.
And it's also advisable to have your heating system checked annually, particularly this time of year.
And also check outside your home and make sure, when you have a big snowstorm, that your vents, that you've shoveled the snow away from the vents too.
Excellent advice. Yes, absolutely. Especially if it's those heavy wet snows, they tend to accumulate around openings. So keep them free from snow and blockages, and know where they are. And if you're having your system checked by a pro, and you don't know where your vents are or what are the critical areas in your home, ask the technician to explain it to you. And that way you're in the know, and you can keep yourself safe.
Great.
So.
Yeah, especially with wind drifts and things like that. When you have a snowstorm, I had that situation last year where we had a bad storm, and it was, the wind drifts were just...
Yeah.
So...
Yeah.
Oh, right, yes.
Make sure that it was, clear.
Yeah.
Yes. I know. Sometimes I feel like, some winters can be like living in the Alaskan tundra around here. We do get our share of weather. So, being prepared and knowledgeable about the systems that make your home work is really, really important. So.
All right. Well, John Masurgeon, thank you so much for all you do and all the information that you provide. It's super important, and hopefully things will kind of calm down into 22. But
No, and I hate to wish for a mild winter because I always think of the ski resorts that have such a short window. But
yeah. But well, we did have more of a mild winter last year. Again, this year is going to be colder, but because it's supposed to be more on the normal side.
Yeah.
But I know what you're saying, Al. It's we
tough.
We want to keep our energy use down. We want to try to economize, and also we don't want to deal with cold. So,
right.
So
people should remember that Central Hudson is also a resource for questions, problem solving. How do I help? How do I get my numbers down? Or so we thank you for all you do and Central Hudson does in our communities. And again, thank you for the support of the Happy Christmas Fund this year.
Being an underwriter
for being an underwriter. And so we'll see you in the first part of December, and one of these maybe in the springtime. Along with the economy coming back, we'll see you in the studio.
Yeah, that would be.
That
nice.
would be great. I would love to come in. So.
All right, John. Thank you, sir.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but happy Thanksgiving.
Yes, Lord. Yes, happy Thanksgiving. Yeah. All right.
Take care.
Thanks, John. Be well. Okay, Lawrence.
You're listening to Kingston Community Radio on WGHQ Kingston. On your radio at 920 AM and 92.5 FM, and also online at mykcr.org.
Have you ever experienced a wish come true? For a child battling a critical illness, a wish come true can be a turning point. One song, one dance, one game, one adventure, one moment changes everything. Make-A-Wish needs your support to grant the wish of every eligible child. Visit wish.org now to help grant more life-changing wishes. Together, we can transform lives, one wish at a time.
Hi, I'm Steve Thomas for Habitat for Humanity Restore. Habitat Restores are nonprofit home improvement stores and donation centers that sell new and gently used furniture, building materials, and appliances to the public at a fraction of the retail cost. The Ulster County Restore at 406 Route 28 in Kingston needs your donations. Call our hotline at 845-853-7499 to schedule your free pickup. And thanks.
Everyone is talking about healthcare these days. America spends twice that of other developed countries on our healthcare system, yet our health ranks near the bottom. How can we stop spending so much and getting so little? By shifting to a system that gives more patients access to strong primary care. Primary care can help make America healthy again. To learn more about the benefits of primary care, visit www.healthisprimary.org. This message is brought to you by America's Family Physicians.
Screening exams for breast, lung, or colorectal cancers are necessary to detect and treat disease at its earliest, most curable stage. But you may have some concerns and questions. Answer your questions and ease your fears by visiting radiologyinfo.org. In addition to information on screening and wellness, you'll find more than 200 descriptions of radiologic exams, procedures, and treatments to help you prepare. Get informed and be prepared. Visit radiologyinfo.org, produced by the Radiological Society of North America and the American College of Radiology.
Hi, this is Winnie from the Rosendale Seniors, and I support Kingston Community Radio, and so should you.
This portion of Kingston Community Radio has been brought to you by the First Savings Bank in Ulster County that still remains local to this day. Ulster Savings Bank, a community bank that's invested in local business, invested in community, invested in you. Ulster Savings Bank, your one-stop resource for everything local. Locations throughout the Hudson Valley and online at ulstersavings.com. Member FDIC.
Easy. All right, folks, we're back on. This is Thunder Thursday. We're having a good time here.
Yeah,
we
good
are.
morning.
We are. Good morning, everybody.
Beautiful.
Yep, this is Tony Marmo.
And this is Val Dwyer. And during the break, we were joined in the studio by Glenda Vatone, which we'll get into.
We're going to get to, but we're going to do some birthdays first, and we'll maybe even enlist Glenda in the reading.
Oh, there you go.
So there, you didn't know you were going to
bring
get
her in. Yeah, J-O-B. Got to work for this.
As a matter of fact, you can read two.
There you go.
I'll just read the winner. So, Val, you want to start?
Okay, sure. First, please wish a happy birthday to Shannon Smith, from your friends at People's Place.
Oh,
we
nice.
hope you enjoy your special day. So, happy birthday to Shannon Smith.
Yes.
You can do it.
Please wish a 96th happy birthday to
Wow.
Gloria Todd from your friends and family. So happy birthday, Gloria.
Wow. 96.
Then we also have please wish a first birthday to Fox Spira from your friends and family, mom and dad and
Number
grandpa.
one.
Wow.
Isn't that interesting? Number 1 and number 96.
Yeah,
Wow.
95 years apart. Yeah. And also happy birthday to Linda Medusa. I hope I said that right. For members and friends of the Centerville Methodist Church. So
great.
Centerville, that's like tucked away right there by Saugerties.
Yeah, exactly. It's a little
Okay, so who is getting?
Well, before we do this, I have to also mention my buddy Ken Cooper. His birthday is today on Veterans Day, November 11th, and so happy birthday, Ken! And the winner of the delicious cow pie from Boyce Dairy Milk House in 62 O'Neill Street, where we had our great Happy Christmas Fund, and they are very delicious cow pies.
Yes,
very delicious.
I don't know how I made my way out of that store without cow pie.
Well, it was 28 degrees, so that's maybe why. That would be Gloria Todd, all of 96 years old. So God bless you and God bless her. Enjoy your 96th and go get your cow pie at Boyce Dairy Milk House and have a great celebration. 96, wowzer. Can you imagine? Can you even sort of imagine? I can't.
Kind of, sort of.
It's like, beyond. I mean, like I said, I have a 97-year-old uncle, and he looks great. He looks amazing. Like, he looks like he's about 66, not 96 or 97 is what he is. He's just crazy.
It usually happens that way when you make it into your 90s or even 100. I feel like you just
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. And if you don't, nobody's going to say anything.
I know,
right?
like
because
Alice Tipp.
Alice
Just
Tipp,
passed away. She
rest
looked
her soul.
wonderful.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's get to Glenda.
Let's get into our next half hour here. We're joined in the studio with Glenda Vitone. I know her by her maiden name, so I had to make sure I was pronouncing that right.
Well, some people still call me by my maiden name.
Okay, well, I'm one of those people.
Milner.
Yeah. Okay. So Glenda and I were able to reconnect. I know I had spoken a couple of times. Don Mapes had some community days, a couple community days, and Glenda was there. She has some books out. And the most recent one, we got into a conversation, and this is the reason why I asked her to come on. She's an incredible person. She wears many hats, and I want to make sure we get to all of those hats. But the one I want to talk about first is an organization that you started called One More.
Yes.
So why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so One More Inc., that's like it's my baby, right? So that I started that because, well, first it's a program for young girls of color, ages 15 to 20, and we teach them life skills, leadership skills, financial acumen. We help them with the college process. We do things like college tours. We help them with the FAFSA. We help them get into college, and then we help support them through the first 2 years of college.
Okay.
And the reason why we do that is because studies show that, young people of color will get into college, but they don't have the network or the skills to feel comfortable staying in college, so they drop out at an alarmingly high rate. So our program is there to kind of tackle that head on from the beginning.
What's the age group that you're dealing with here?
15 to 20.
Okay, great.
Yep.
Excellent.
Yeah, so we kind of, once you get in, we kind of keep you. We track you for all 5 years.
Yeah.
It's not a catch and release mentorship program.
Okay.
So we just keep you, and we really work with you, and we work with your parents because we want the whole family to be engaged. Right?
What's the name of it again?
The number one, More Inc., INC.
Now, so talk to me a little bit about how do you, I don't know if recruit is the right word, but how do you get the message out there so that young girls in the community know that this program is available?
Yeah, so currently we've been doing it by word of mouth. So the girls who are in the program, they love the program so much. Sometimes they joke with me and they send me memes like, "We're all you need." And I'm like,
that's great.
I'm like, that's awesome, guys, but one day you're going to graduate and I'm going to need more girls to work with.
Yeah. That's great.
But yeah, so it's pretty much word of mouth. I've sent emails to the guidance counselors in the Sargadees and Kingston high schools. So it's just, that's how we're recruiting.
That's great.
Currently.
That's great.
How long have you been doing this?
We started the organization in 2018, but
Okay.
we really started working with, multiple girls last year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And talk a little bit about, I know one of the things that was just kind of eye-opening to me when we were together the last time is you told me what really inspired you and made you realize that there was a need for something like this. You were working in a bank, right?
Yeah, so I was managing a bank. And I was, I had a young person come in and they were like, can I talk to you? So I was like, yes. So I took them to my desk and they were like, when I write a check, where does the money come from? And I was like, I don't understand your question.
Right.
What do you mean?
Right.
And they're like, when I write a check, where does the money come from? So that was kind of an aha moment for me. Like, wow, okay. So we have a whole group of kids coming up who really don't understand finances, among other things. So then I was kind of curious, like, what other things do you guys not really understand? And then talking to the young people, these are all the things that they said they wanted to learn, right? So one of the first things I said was, what are you guys interested in learning? So communication skills was really big. Soft skills, they didn't understand what soft skills were. Employers want people who have soft skills because they're not really taught. So soft skills, financial acumen, which is huge, budgeting, which is what we're doing right now. And these poor girls were going through the budgeting unit, and they're like, we're never going to be able to live.
I hope they don't listen to Central Hudson. On last half hour with you. Yeah.
Right.
This is a hard time to teach budgeting.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So interesting. So what else are you doing? So talk about the books that you've written.
Yeah, so I'm a children's book author.
Okay.
So the book that's out right now is called The Perfect Day by G.J. Vitone, and you can get that Amazon, Barnes & Noble, wherever books are sold, iTunes. And then there's another book coming out in the next couple of weeks called The Special Surprise. So they're great books, very sweet books. They teach, little morals in the end.
What was the first book again?
I'm pretty sure when she walks out today, she's going to have a cape on the
Right.
back. She's just amazing.
What's the first book again?
The Perfect Day.
Perfect Day.
Yes.
So talk about that one. Just talk about what the books are about.
So they're inspired by my grandchildren, of course. And so...
you look much too young to have grandchildren.
I know, right?
You're right.
In The Perfect Day, the jelly bean wants to go and spend the day with her grandmother, and she gets, all excited, and she makes this whole plan of what they're going to do. And of course, when she gets to her grandmother's house, her cousin is there, and so she realizes she has to share her time, and she's not very happy about that.
Right.
Okay.
So she learns how to share and learns how
that's great.
to, reorganize her day and stuff like that.
We have a 2-year-old grandchild who, the female, Isla, who doesn't know how to share. That's I think goes along with the territory.
It is hard.
Sharing is difficult. It really is.
Yep.
And then what about the special surprise? What's that one?
Well, I can't really give that one away.
Okay,
too
well,
much
because
because it's not out yet.
Generally.
Spoilers.
Give us
Right.
But is it about young children again?
Yes.
children's
It's a
book,
children's
right?
Children's book again. Yes, very sweet
Great.
children's book.
Now, how did you get the inspiration to start writing?
Yeah.
So I have actually, believe it or not, been writing since I was like 6.
What?
So I would, when I was little, I would take pieces of paper, cut them up, like staple them and make like little books and like write and draw little pictures.
Cool.
So, and then just, when my grandchildren came, I was looking for books for her really, and I didn't really see many books with children of color in it. So I was like, you know what? This is something I'm just going to do.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, good for
awesome.
you.
That's so awesome.
And what your journey out of Kingston High School, you said you were at Saugerties for a little bit, but take us on that journey in terms of what happened after high school.
Yeah, so I went to both high schools. So a lot of people don't realize this because I was in foster care.
I didn't know that either, Glenda.
Yes, I was in foster care.
Okay.
So I went to both districts, and then I graduated from Kingston. I put myself through, because in foster care, I kind of aged out and signed myself out when I was 18 because
you were ready.
Foster care, yeah.
Right, you were ready.
And so I put myself through college. I eventually went on and got my MBA. And yeah.
I'm so proud of you.
Driven.
That's awesome.
Yep, and because of that, I am a foster mom myself.
Yeah. Congratulations.
3, right?
Yes, I have 3.
I met her
3
3
littles.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
I mean, really, because a lot of people in that situation would say, I'm a victim of the system.
Yeah.
And I'm downtrodden and I can't get up, can't do this, can't do that. But you said, no, I'm going places. You had the inner drive and the inner motor to say, I'm going to overcome what has been put in front of me. And congratulations and kudos to you.
And not only did you say I'm going to go, but you took people with you and you're helping people along the way
that's
too, which is amazing. Yeah. And I was at when we were at the last event, and you did your 3 little kids running up. Can I have another cupcake? Can I have another cupcake? And I'm like, oh my God, what is going on? I'm tired watching.
Yeah.
So God bless you. That's amazing.
Do you know Tamika Dunkley from Seasoned Delicious?
I do, yeah.
Yeah, she's like a spirit like you. She just is driven. She goes, helps people. They have a big event coming up. I'm going to say this weekend, but I'm not 100% sure of that. I'll find the email that she sent. I just got a little tour of her. She's on the Workforce Development Board with me in Ulster County, and Thomasine Oliphant, who's the outgoing exec. And I had some lunch, and I had a chance to go to Seasoned Delicious, and which is Fred Wadnola, Cynthia Wadnola's place, right off of 209 there. You can see it. And just amazingly, again, not-for-profit, helping out folks find a path, find someone who could be a mentor, find someone who can, guide you through what you're going through, and so it's
hard.
it's encouraging.
It is encouraging, yeah.
But it's hard, it's hard to find that. But I'm sure when you were growing up, you were wishing that you had someone like you
Exactly.
to help you.
And that's exactly what my driving force is, right?
Yeah.
So I want to be the change that I wish I had. I want to be the person that I wish I could go to and create the program that I wish that I had. So, yeah.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Do you have, I don't know the answer to this, do you have any siblings?
I have a lot of siblings.
You? Are they local?
None of them are really. I have one sister that's still local.
Okay.
And a brother actually who's still here.
Okay.
But everyone else lives down south. Yeah. So
Okay.
I'm one of 10.
Wow.
Holy cannoli.
Wow.
Yep.
crazy.
Yep.
Amazing.
Yep.
Wow.
But my mom's family originated from Kingston. They were the Palmer family.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay.
So you did banking. You did banking for a while.
Yep. I was a retail manager for a while for Best Buy and Verizon.
Wow.
So yeah.
Wow.
So I did a lot of.
You've been out there
Yep.
doing stuff.
Yeah, I was a family worker for a little while because I had a bachelor's degree in psychology.
Right.
And then I decided, I don't make enough money here. So then I went and got my MBA.
Yeah.
Good
yeah.
for you.
Yeah.
That's
amazing.
so
That's
cool.
an
Isn't it
amazing
cool?
story.
And then you have two other, I know you don't do it a ton, but I know I saw you do real estate.
Yes. Yep. So I'm a realtor with Coldwell Banker, Village Green.
Wow.
So I work out of the Kingston and Woodstock offices. Yep.
Yep. And then tell us about your newest venture that you were, or is that not
No,
public news yet?
I am opening up a daycare center. It's called Jumping Jelly Beans Early Learning Center.
Jelly beans.
Yes.
Jelly beans. There's a theme here. There's a theme.
That's a candy I've never, not to down your jelly beans. I've never liked jelly
I'm a
beans.
jelly bean
I'm
fan.
not a big jelly bean.
Or you're not.
You're not? You're
No,
not?
but that's what I call my granddaughter.
Oh, okay. So we got to
Okay.
stick with the theme. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So Jumping Jelly Beans Early Learning Center. So yeah. So we're excited. We'll work with kids it's ages 3 to 5.
Okay.
We'll have like a Montessori feel, but it's not a Montessori school. And we'll do things like yoga. We have a beautiful space for gardening, so we'll be gardening with the kids. Yeah, and we're looking at
Where do
Spanish.
you come up with these ideas?
I think she has 36 hours in her day. She has
I get tired listening. This is unbelievable. So,
Go
yeah,
ahead.
go ahead. No, go
no,
ahead.
you go ahead.
No, I'm curious about how this one came to be. How this idea came. What's the origin of this one?
For a long time, I was a single mom, and as a single mom, daycare is an issue. And I'm
Yes.
just talking to people in the community. So when I'm having conversations and people say things, I'm like, you know what, I could probably do something to help this situation. So I was talking to a woman recently, and she was saying how there was a really great program locally that she wanted to get her child into, but she was on subsidized funding, and the program only did like 1 or 2 subsidized slots.
Okay.
So there was a really quality program, right? But they didn't take subsidized pay. They only took private pay.
Right. Yep.
And so I was thinking, well, we should have really great programming for anybody,
Yep.
whether you're subsidized or whether you're private pay.
Right,
So
right.
here we are.
Right. Yeah, because that's part of, if people really are trying to do the right thing, right, and they want to get out there and they want to work and they're held back, a daycare it's
Huge.
expensive. And it's so expensive. So, it's really holding people back from trying to get to that place where they can, take care of their family.
Absolutely.
And so it is really important. So do you know the location of where?
It would be 119 Barbarossa Lane.
Okay.
So right at the church there.
Church.
Yep.
Okay, it's on Mapes. Yeah. Oh, good. That's great. That's great.
So we're excited.
When do you anticipate that will be up and running?
We're thinking that it's going to be up and running December 1st.
Okay.
So
good. That's right around the corner.
Right around the
I
corner.
didn't think
And
where
I hate
we're at because November 11th.
Yeah, right. That's
December
months
seems so
away.
far
Months away. And no issues with staff or trying to get staff?
So
or-
we are still looking for staff. We have some staff. We're still looking for some staff, and we
Right.
still have slots open.
Good, okay.
For kids.
Yeah, give some contact information if someone's interested in being part of this.
You can
What's-
email me directly,
Okay.
Milner Glenda, MILNER, Glenda, GLENDA, @gmail.com.
Okay.
That's nice and easy. That's good. I was just looking at your Facebook page because that's what people do.
Yeah. That's he always investigates.
I mean,
while he has guests
we
on
have
the air.
we have a lot of mutual friends, which is amazing, and some of them don't surprise me in terms of. But I'm looking at my good friends from Highland, Christine Sorbello and Sal Sorbello. They're in the Rotary Club with me down in Highland, and You know,
Isn't it amazing till we see who the
I know. I'm saying, you know, just curious about, you know,
we
Yvonne
went
Parker
to
and
church together.
Oh, you did.
Yes.
That's the connection.
Yep, that was the connection.
Okay, see, that's interesting. So and Carol Daly, Carol's works through us at the SUNY Ulster Foundation.
So Carol's, we say we're cousins.
Okay,
because
that's
her
hilarious.
brother was married to my cousin.
Oh.
So we say we're cousins.
Oh,
yeah.
that's funny. She's great. Yeah, that's great. And there's a whole list of others. Shaniko Bowden, who's great.
Yep.
She actually started at Norman Staffing as well, but now she's off in her own glory doing her own thing.
Yes.
She's a powerhouse too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this is great. But so, yeah, look, it's at the end of the day, it's a small community, but we keep meeting people. I had no idea you were such a powerhouse and getting stuff done. So that's really good to know, and we're all in this literally. I mean, I know kind of an overused phrase, right?
Yeah,
we're all
but
in this
it takes
together.
A village. It truly does.
Yeah,
I feel like too those words have taken on such a new meaning, like in the last year and a half too.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
No, absolutely.
What we've all been
it's
through.
our community, and it doesn't. Color should not matter. Ethnic background should not matter.
Right.
None of it should matter. We're a diverse community, and we all need to watch out for each other.
Right.
Period.
Yep.
And you know, those that have an obligation to help those that don't have. And assuming those folks want to, get a step up. They want to do something better with their lives. And so that's
Like Zach Brown says, we're all in the same boat.
We are.
I'm on the Country Music Awards last night.
Yeah, we are. And
yeah.
some people think they're in way different boats.
Some people think they're in yachts.
Yeah, good point. So daycare opening up, books coming out.
I know, on Amazon. Did you say Barnes & Noble too?
Yeah.
Yeah, wow. That's
amazing.
That's great. That's amazing. You know Lorraine Salmon? Does that name ring a bell at all?
No.
She's the executive director at the SUNY Ulster Foundation, and a good friend. She's been a host here, and she's a person you would like to get to know. She's excellent. She's great. And so, again, just hardworking, not an easy path in life, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just, Lorraine has excelled.
Yeah.
So
I want to say, as we've known each other for over 30 years, and the smile you see on her face right now is the smile that she had when we were sitting in class at Miller School.
Yeah.
And I honestly, I never had any, you never gave any indication that you were, a
having
foster
difficulties,
child.
right?
Yeah, having difficulties. You never... You just
I've always
smiled. I've known you for 30 years. I never knew that.
By the way, you two must have been trouble together in school. I can just see that.
No.
No way.
Glenda was maybe me.
Right.
Maybe me. But Glenda just always sat there and had the big smile, and she was quiet and just friendly, and no trouble. No trouble for Glenda.
Yeah.
So let's go back to one more for a moment. If people wanted to, is that something that you run just yourself, or and if you're just tuning in, I just want to kind of go back and just kind of if you could reiterate the one more, because I think this is such a great program.
We are with Glenda Milner.
Yes, we are.
Fatone.
Yes.
We're giving you all three names. If you want a fourth name, let us know. We'll add that one too.
The three names is fine.
Glenda's a good witch.
Right.
So One More Inc. is a program for young girls of color. And just to be clear, if it's not a young girl of color, we're still going to help you.
Right,
really.
right.
But our focus is mainly
Sure.
for
Right.
people
Understood.
of color. And ages 15 to 20, to give them life skills, leadership skills, financial acumen, help them with job placement, help them with college placement, the financial aid process, all of those things. So we're like a whole mentorship program.
Yeah.
And it's not a catch and release. We're with you for the whole 5 years that you're with us. We're helping you.
And
Yeah,
probably
you're stuck with
longer
me.
if you think about it,
Yeah,
right? I mean,
because we make that connection with you.
Right,
Yeah.
and then as these folks, these women go through their life, their college, perhaps they meet somebody, perhaps they get married, perhaps their kids. So it's really a lifelong connection, I think, that you're making, which is really great. And then maybe they themselves become mentors, right?
That's the plan and the goal.
And keep paying it forward and helping others in need. Yeah, it's a beautiful concept.
Thank
I mean,
you.
we should just put you in charge of everything.
I know. Glenda for mayor, Glenda for president, Glenda for everything.
Yeah.
So when you with this program, do you, obviously you're running it, but then are you the only mentor, or do you have other people? How does that work?
So what I do is, so I'm primarily running it. I do have a board. But what happens is, so I have a girl who's in college now. Last year, she was a senior. She wants to go into medicine.
Okay.
So I have a doctor friend who works in the ER. She is Dominican. The young girl was Dominican. And there was, so I thought that would be a great fit so they can speak in their native tongue. And she is her mentor.
Okay.
So what I do is I try to find, if they say, oh, I'm interested in this, I try to find someone to help them with that.
In the
who's
community.
already doing that from the community, who is a female.
Okay.
Because that struggle is a lot different than the struggle of a male. So I try to find a female to pair you with from the community who's already doing the thing that you're interested in.
Okay.
I have a young girl who is, there's someone who was already in college, so she doesn't fit the program. She was 26.
Okay.
But she contacted me because she's going to school for social media. So I let her set up my social media accounts for her internship. That was her internship.
Oh, that's awesome.
One of the girls in the program is interested in being a social media manager, so she currently runs all of the social media. So all the posts that you see right now for One More on Instagram and Facebook are done by a senior in high school currently.
Okay.
So.
What a really good
Yeah.
way.
Great idea.
I'm glad I asked that question. I didn't know how that was run. That's really interesting.
When's your birthday?
7/11.
7/11, like as in July 11.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Cool. All right.
Yep.
So, good. All right.
And if people want to, do you obviously you accept? I know because I made a
Absolutely.
donation.
Yes, we absolutely accept
donations. So tell us about where people could donate or maybe somebody's listening and they are willing to be a mentor in a certain and anything.
Yeah.
Just give information.
So we have a website. It's the number onemoreinc.org. So you can go to onemoreinc.org and you can donate. You can fill out a participation form if you know of a young girl who's interested there. You can fill out just an information form if you are interested in being a mentor. You can also email us at info1moreinc@gmail.com.
Okay.
And One More is the number one,
Yep.
MORENINC.
Correct.
Okay, great. I'm looking it up to make a donation right now.
Oh.
Yeah, cool.
Thank you.
Yeah, very cool.
Yep.
Very cool. Thank you so much for coming
Thank you
on.
so
It was
much for
great.
having me.
I don't know if did we talk about everything? I think
so.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about you. I mean, you just do so many things.
Yep.
You also have a LinkedIn account? Is that you?
I do.
Or is
Yes,
it-
I
okay,
do have
great.
a LinkedIn account. Yeah.
Great. All right. Well, you're all over the place here. That's good. Yeah. It's a great concept, Glendon. Thank you for, just doing this. I mean, you could just as easily be hanging around a bank or just taking care of yourself and your family, but
Yeah.
you see the community as your family and,
Yeah.
and folks to help that were in your situation. I mean, it's just extraordinary.
Yeah,
It
you
really
should have
is.
seen the conversation when I came home from the bank one day and I said to my husband, I think I'm going to leave the bank and start an organization. And he was like,
OMG.
But he's really great and really supportive. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
He is. I met him. He's a real
Yes,
sweetheart. Yeah.
That's good. That's
Yeah.
good. Well,
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's really awesome.
Again, kudos to you. Congratulations for, kind of living your spirit and what you want to do.
Thank you.
Some people just struggle with that. I
Yeah.
wish I could. I should do this. Or I'm going to do that, but they never really take that step.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you're in the process. I'm not saying you're done
Yeah.
because I can't
Just
see
getting
you being
started.
done at all. I mean, it's just like, what's the next idea that's rolling around? And then get that out there. But
Yeah.
people should support you. I'm going to make a contribution. I just haven't been able to find it easily in terms of all this stuff, and also trying to talk to you. So,
Also,
One More Inc.
We talked about how you're a foster mom. Why don't you give a little bit of information? I'm embarrassed to say I don't even know. I'm assuming you'd go through the county or tell us a
Yeah.
little bit about that
Yeah,
if someone's
so-
interested in doing that.
Yeah, so there's classes that you can take if you're interested. You would just contact the Department of Social Services Foster Care Unit. They're always
And bring her back
We're going to bring you back with, yes.
with somebody from DSS Foster Care.
Yes, good idea.
They're
Yeah.
always looking for homes, and so we've had probably about 10 or 12 children come through our home in just 3 years that we've been doing it.
Wow.
So there's always a need for foster care and always a need for just good homes and people with open hearts, because a lot of these children are coming from really damaging backgrounds.
Bad situations. Yeah.
Have you been in a situation where you've had, this is my thing would be like when they have to leave and they get ripped away from you, it's got to be really tough.
Yeah, so normally we prepare our hearts in advance, right? So we know that, okay, they're just going to be with us for a couple of weeks, or they're just going to be with us for a few months. But recently in May, we did have a little newborn baby that we thought was going to be with us forever.
For a long time,
And after about a month, like, we went to the hospital, we visited him in the hospital, we found out about him when he was 3 days old, we brought him home when he was 6 days old, after like about a month, they found a family member came forward, and so that was heartbreaking.
Tough.
Yeah, that was tough, but
there'll still be a connection.
Yeah, and the family is very sweet. They'll send pictures every once in a while and just let us know how he's doing.
That's good.
But it is hard sometimes to let him go, but I said to my husband, I think our main purpose when the kids leave is just to continue to pray for them and keep them in our prayers, because they did go through a lot.
That's great. That's great. Well, listen, this has been great. You're amazing, and thank you, Val, for bringing
such a special person.
Here. And good luck to you in the future. I'm sure our paths will continue to cross. And One More Ink.
With the number one.
With the number one, and then INC. And then the Perfect Day book is out there for you to take a look at. It's about jelly beans and visiting the grandparents. And the special surprise is coming out pretty soon. Contact Glenda at milnerglenda@gmail.com if you have any questions as a result of this. Find her on Facebook. Find One More Ink on Facebook. Donate and support the cause.
Thank you.
Yeah, I hope to have you come back in another time too.
This is so inspirational, because we always think about all the bad stuff that's going out there. We started the show saying, man, there's a lot of issues and unrest out there, but these are the nuggets. These are the gold nuggets that come out and
Thank you.
Just make me feel like we can do this.
Yep.
Yes.
We can do this.
Absolutely.
Thank you for
All
coming
right.
on. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you. God bless you and what you do. All right, Lawrence.
You're listening to Kingston Community Radio on WGHQ Kingston. On your radio at 920 AM and 92.5 FM, and also online at mykcr.org.
Long ago, you wouldn't think of galloping on a horse while doing calligraphy, and you wouldn't have attempted to ride your bike while typing a letter. Yet you think you can safely operate a multi-ton vehicle while texting? Behind the wheel is no place to multitask. If you want to BRB, drive now and text later. Lives depend on it.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org, a message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, Noise, and the Ad Council.
This is Greg Chorvis, and once again, the WGHQ Happy Christmas Fund is asking you to help the needy this holiday season. For the last 50 years, the WGHQ Happy Christmas Fund has helped less fortunate families have a happier holiday. Look for our collection boxes at the local branches of the Ulster Federal Credit Union, Rondout Savings Bank, the Mid-Hudson Valley Federal Credit Union, Ulster Savings Bank, and at the Kiwanis Ice Arena in Sorges. Thank you very much, and have a happy and Merry Christmas.
Hi, I'm Kelsey Grammer. Wounded Warrior Project supports injured veterans by connecting them with fellow warriors, by serving them through mental health and wellness programs, and by empowering them to live on their own terms. No one should face a battle alone. Join us at woundedwarriorproject.org.
Hi, this is Jared Mans from the Spring Lake Fire Department, and I support Kingston Community Radio, and so should you.
This portion of Kingston Community Radio is brought to you by Ulster Savings Bank. Visit their newest branch, conveniently located at the Ulster Commons Plaza in Lake Katrine. Experience the difference that local community banking offers with the convenience of another great location, easy access, plenty of parking, and a 24-hour ATM. Ulster Savings Bank, invested in community, invested in you. Member FDIC.
Okay, folks, we're back on. This is Thunder Thursday. This is Tony Marmo.
This is Val Dwyer. Lawrence is saying something. I don't know if he's talking about me in the control room or not, but he's...
Yeah, right. We have our guest on our 8:30 guest on the phone, Gail Wistance. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Thanks so much.
Right.
We appreciate you calling in. Gail is with the Hurley Heritage Society and a curator, and so please tell us what's going on. And I know you have a good story.
Yeah, the Hurley Heritage Society is located in Hurley, of course. We have a museum on Main Street there, one of the stone houses on Main Street. And we've been around since 1974 and putting up exhibits and helping people understand the really interesting history of Hurley, New York. It's a pretty unusual place. And in fact, it's a National Historic Landmark, which is quite an honor.
Why is it so unique? Or tell us what, some of the aspects.
It's considered of national importance because of its very tidy row of Dutch colonial stone houses along Main Street.
Right.
In a collection, just the way they were arranged, when they were built. It's very unusual also because they're mostly privately owned. The only one that is publicly owned is the museum itself.
Wow.
Others have been private homes for almost 300 years.
Yeah, beautiful.
As opposed to Williamsburg or even New Paltz's Huguenot Street, where where the collection of houses is a museum itself.
Right. So interesting.
Yeah.
So what are the hours of the museum and days?
We're closed now for the season. We have we're open. Had limited hours this year on Saturdays 1 to 4. Previous years it's been Saturday and Sunday 1 to 4, and but we're hoping to open up again next year with more hours.
Interesting. So, and what's in the museum?
Because of COVID, we have enhanced our website too. We revamped our website and we put our current exhibit, which is Winslow Homer in Hurley, an artist's view of Winslow Homer is a famous American artist who came to Hurley in summers during the 1870s. And so we have an exhibit now that features his work that was done in Hurley. And we put that exhibit on the website so people can enjoy it even if they can't get over to visit us.
Interesting, yeah. So do you have a particular special event coming up?
Yes, well, one of the major thing going on now is our autumn auction, which is a fundraising effort we've made where we have some very nice donated items that we're putting up for auction, and it's about halfway through. It ends Sunday evening, so we would encourage people to take a look at our website has a link to it also. I'll give you that link just and I'll go into what some of the things are being offered. The website is www.hurleyheritagesociety.org. So that's Hurley Heritage Society, one word, .org.
Okay. Yeah, and we're looking.
You got some good things on this auction.
We're really pleased with the array of items. We had very kindly Veronica Fassbender took our photography for us.
Oh yeah.
See some nice photography there.
Veronica's a guest on our show.
Several original artworks by by local artists, Hurley artists. Joe Pentic and James Kamen were Hurleyites, and we have painting and drawing. Oh, excuse me. Hang on a second.
Yep, sure. No worries.
Oh, sorry about that. It's early morning.
There's some good, Christmas or Hanukkah presents here that you can.
Yes, they're lovely.
Right?
And,
really cool stuff.
So we have some original artwork. We have a original pastel by Judy Howard, who's a member of and a board member of our organization. Joe Pentic and James Kamen both passed away now, but we have some vintage work by them. And local craftsmen, photographs by Bentley Potter, John Fisher. And we've started all the auctions at a nice low price, well below the market values.
Right.
Kind of letting the bidders pick the price.
Yeah.
And it's well underway, but there's still some bargains to be had, perhaps, if you're lucky.
Yeah, no, we're looking at some of the items right now. These Norman Rockwell, 11 Norman Rockwell Heritage Collection plates. Those look really cool.
Those you could get for a very reasonable price.
Yeah.
And what I really like about so many of almost all the items are somehow connected to Hurley or are antiques or related to history. So they sort of fit with our mission of preserving and educating people of the history of Hurley.
Gail, I have to say I've been to a lot of auctions, and there are really a lot of unique, very neat things on here. I would encourage our listeners to check this out. There's some great stuff on here.
Yeah, one of the things that's impossible to get anywhere else is the collection of 8 porcelain miniatures of the Hurley houses and the church.
Oh, yeah.
It was the
that's a very coveted item, and to get all of them in one shot is really impossible any other way. They're a limited edition, not being produced anymore, and people really just are charmed by the little small miniatures of the houses along Main Street.
That's these.
That's a nice item. And actually, the same woman, Wendy Bowen, who made those, also made many other buildings from other cities, and we have Kingston even. So we have 2 of hers.
We saw though there was a church, it looked like the old Dutch church,
and the Fred Johnston House.
Yeah,
that's what it is. The Fred Johnston House. Yeah. I knew I recognized
that's
it.
Where Historic Kingston is.
What are these made of? What are?
They're porcelain.
They're porcelain. Okay.
And they're hand painted. What Wendy Bowen would design the buildings and fired porcelain.
That's amazing.
She had painters working for her that would hand paint the colors on them.
Right. So that's very cool.
Handmade, and most of them, a few don't have this, but most of them, the lid, the roof is a lid, comes off.
Oh, no kidding.
Cool. Yeah, and in fact, she made some for Washington D.C. For I guess it was H.W. Bush's wife. She ordered them, and when he was vice president, and she would give out one of these little porcelain miniatures to her visitors with potpourri in them, perhaps of the vice president's house in Washington D.C. So she commissioned one of them.
Interesting. Herself. Yeah, this is really great. We're looking at all the items here. Both of us saying, I think I'll bid on that. I think I'll bid on that. I think I'll bid on that.
What's this, 12 months?
There's some handmade metal items by our own member, Wayne Woligorsky. He and his parents ran Hurley Patenty Lighting for a long time. So it's
nice.
Lighting replicas.
Great. Val is stuck on 12 months of Chrissy's cupcakes.
No, the cupcakes, quite an item. They're not antique.
No, they're not.
There you get six cupcakes from Chrissy's Cupcakes every month for a year, and of any flavor you choose.
Oh,
that's a nice one.
This is great. We're on with Gail Wistance from the Hurley Heritage Society, a curator, and doing a charity auction for the museum. So yeah, this is great. Gail, what kind of items are in the museum? What can one expect if
when you come to the museum? There's some permanent exhibits and then changing exhibits.
Okay.
The permanent exhibit, there's a Dutch room that is fitted with artifacts that would have been seen in the Dutch colonial era, and we have a cabinet of Native American artifacts that have been found in the area, arrowheads, scrapers, bowls.
Great.
Things that have been excavated. In fact, people used to, back in the day, would, in the spring, roam the Hurley Flats, those fields out west of the village, and every year arrowheads and other things would appear, from the spring thaw, and they'd gather. So people would go out and gather their own arrowheads. And so we do have a collection of local Native American artifacts because it's believed. I think it's a pretty clear thing that the spot where Hurley Village is now was formerly a Native American village spot. Also, it doesn't flood even prior to the reservoir when the Soapus Valley would flood that area, that spot where the village is, would be above the flood line.
Yeah, somehow, we only have a few minutes, but somehow, Hurley, got spared during the burning, I guess, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Or did it?
Yeah, the people from Kingston escaped to Hurley, so it wasn't burned at that point.
Right.
Prior to that, during the Indian Wars, it was burned, though.
Oh.
When it was first set up in 1662. The next year it was burned in the Second Esopus War. So it was burned, but not during the Revolution.
Yeah, interesting. It's just a little jewel that's just kind of tucked back there.
It's a really neat town, beautiful.
For a couple of weeks.
What's that?
It was capital of New York State for a couple of weeks.
You're kidding.
I never knew
Wow.
From,
Okay.
Kingston to Hurley, and then it went on to Albany, of course.
Yeah,
But
interesting.
we like to claim that we're the second capital.
That's very cool. I never knew that.
Interesting. I didn't know that either.
That's really great.
Just to finish your question, the other thing you'll find is our major exhibit now is Winslow Homer in Hurley.
Right. I was just looking at the, there was little...
And that you can view online, all the paintings and wood engravings of Homer that are in the exhibit are also on the online exhibit.
Now, was he a local?
He was not a local. He was born in Boston, and then he moved to New York City and had a studio there. And he would come up during the summers with other artists from New York City to sketch. Even in 1870s, Hurley was an antique village.
Huh,
and so they really liked the artists loved the quaintness of the countryside and of the village. So he came up and did sketches, and then would go back to his studio in New York and finish the paintings there.
Interesting.
But they're clearly Hurley scenes. You can look at him and say, yeah, that's Hurley.
Wow.
And one of his most famous ones was Snap the Whip, with the children playing Snap the Whip in front of a one-room schoolhouse.
Uh-huh.
And that painting is situated right along Hurley Mountain Road. And
Wow.
the building that was that one-room schoolhouse is still there.
Oh, that's great. It's really good. Well, thank you for coming on.
So we hope everyone visits the auction and
Yes.
then visits our website to see that exhibit.
Give the website again, please.
Yeah, three more days on the auction, right?
It's ends Sunday at, I believe it's 6 p.m.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
Yeah, so there's bargains to be had. Website one more
The
time.
link to it is on our website, so it's easy to get to.
Give the website one more time, please.
Is www.hurleyheritagesociety, one word,
Right.
.org.
Great.
Thank
Gail
you,
Wistans,
Gail.
thank you so much, and thanks to Raleigh Green for suggesting that you come on. We appreciate it. Hopefully, we'll see you again or talk to you again. Good luck
Nice
with your
talking
auction and the fundraising.
Yeah, thank you.
All the best.
Bye.
Bye-bye. It's cool. Who knew that? Okay, we have our second guest on now. This is this half hour. So you want to introduce?
This is like speed guesting.
You're right.
We have on the phone, I believe, right, Barbara
Meltzer.
Meltzer.
Yes.
Meltzer? From Coach House Players. Good morning,
Welcome.
Barbara.
Welcome. How are you?
Good morning, Val and Tony. I am fine. I am excited. Tonight is final dress rehearsal, and tomorrow night, Night Watch opens
Okay.
for 2 weekends. I'll give you the lowdown.
Yep.
It's
What's the
November
theme?
12th, 13th, and 14th, the 19th, 20th, and 21st. Fridays and Saturdays are evening performances at 7:30. The 2 Sundays are 2 o'clock matinees. And the theater is handicapped accessible. Everyone must show their vaccination cards.
Right.
We're a theater, so we must follow the New York State rules.
Gotcha.
And you can make a reservation. I'm giving you all this first at 845-331-2476.
Okay.
Or you can go online to coachhouseplayers.org. Ha!
That was good.
I did it fast.
Tell us about
Night Watch is an interesting play. I do a lot of murder mysteries.
Uh-huh.
And this one is really very confusing because there's so many interesting people who are involved in the area where the murder takes place.
Nice.
And it's just so much fun to watch each of the characters put a little bit more into why things are happening in this tenement across the way from this beautiful home in Kips Bay, Manhattan.
Okay. That sounds like it's a whodunit, right?
Yeah,
One of
I love those kinds.
Murder on the
Yeah.
Orient Express type
Yeah.
of thing, you know?
Favorite kind.
Yeah, sort of, but it's a husband and wife live together in this beautiful home,
Uh-huh.
and their best friend is visiting with them.
Okay.
And it's all about the intrigue of the three of them, but
Aha.
There's a nosy neighbor.
There was always a
nosy neighbor.
A housekeeper who is always spying on everything that's going on. And she knows more than just about everybody else.
Okay, that's a good.
And then we have the lieutenant,
Wow.
the psychiatrist,
Wow.
and the cop, all
Okay.
coming in and out.
Great. Well, this sounds really interesting. So, what's the ticket price?
The tickets, general admission is $20.
Okay.
No
Reasonable.
seat. No seat is a bad
Seniors,
seat.
62 and over is 18.
Okay.
And any youth is $10, but this is not a show for young kids.
Gotcha.
Teenagers may enjoy it,
What-
but
What's
yeah,
the capacity at Coach House, roughly?
Yes, it's at Coach House
Right.
at 12 Augusta Street, right here in Kingston.
Right.
And you can't miss it because it's an old-fashioned Coach House.
So Augusta Street is between West Chester and West Chestnut? No, where is Augusta?
Yeah,
Augusta.
something like that.
So
I
it's
know
in be-
about
it's a-
West
it's a
Chester
cross
'cause
street.
I drive up there.
Right, it's a cross street.
It's one of those places that even though I know where it is, I still have to put it on my navigation to get
No,
there.
but I
It's
think
like,
it is because
on the right up Broadway,
Yes,
yeah.
West Chestnut Street, right, is one where the
Yes.
big homes are. If you go up that one and hang a right, you'll hit Augusta Street about halfway up. Or I think if you come up West Chester, there's West Chestnut.
Chester, you turn left.
Yes, exactly. So that's great. So this is the Night Watch.
Barb, tell us who locally do we know who's performing in this show this weekend and next weekend?
Okay, most of the cast are regulars. We have Paula Lucas, Farrell Reynolds, Thomas Muller, Ken Goldfarb, Barbara Surowitz, David Kent. They've all been in before.
Great.
And then we have Marilyn May, who just came back. She was involved with Coach House a number of years ago. We have two new people, Catherine Reich, who plays Helga the German, and Colleen Hack, who plays Lieutenant Walker.
Oh, Colleen Hack, Steve Hack's wife?
Colleen Hack is in it?
Yes.
Oh, that's amazing. I
Wow.
love Colleen.
Yeah.
Well, we had to change. It's interesting. I had to replace 5 actors
Wow.
because of COVID.
Yeah.
Different reasons why they couldn't come back.
Wow.
So it's been interesting to see the interaction of a number of these people, and they're so good.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
I've
cool.
had such a thrill working with all of them.
Yeah, and Coach House is such another jewel in our community that we don't talk enough about and get the word enough about. And you're not for profit, just supporting the arts and putting on these performances that, are rare. I mean,
Yeah.
you don't see it that much anymore, right?
And like I said, and I don't know if you heard, but they're I don't know if you've been inside the
in a
building,
while.
but
Not in a
there's
while.
not a bad seat in the house.
Yeah.
It's just a really intimate theater.
What's the capacity? About 50, 75?
No, actually, the most we can seat is 99.
Okay,
because
99. Couldn't eke one more out there, huh?
Yeah.
100?
Yeah, but
Sit on the floor.
Usually we get close to 88 to 90.
Nice. That's great.
Which is a good audience.
And the performances are tonight. Tonight is dress rehearsal.
Tomorrow night.
Friday. Right. Last dress rehearsal is tonight, so it's
Yes.
Friday the 12th, Saturday the 13th, both at 7:30, correct?
Correct.
And then the 14th is at 2 p.m. a matinee.
Yep.
Correct.
Beautiful. And then next weekend, it's the 19th and 20th again, Friday and Saturday, both at 7:30, and then 2 p.m. on the 21st.
That's correct.
Beautiful.
And people who are handicapped, there's a special entrance. You can actually park in front of the theater to let someone out. And there's, if we know in advance, you can ring a doorbell and we will have someone open the handicap door and you can roll right into the theater if you need to, for a wheelchair. or if you need a walker, you can roll in there. It's much easier than going in the main door.
Yeah.
You will have to show that you're vaccinated, however. That's a New York State regulation, and we must follow it. And the good thing about Coach House is the longest-running community theater group in Ulster County. They've been around since 1950.
Right.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Right, yeah.
That's really amazing.
Yeah.
So people can go online to buy tickets, Barb?
They don't have to buy them. They just can make a reservation.
Okay.
You pay at the door. When you come in, there's a ticket.
Okay, great. What's the phone number?
The phone number again is 845
Right.
331-2476, or there's a sign-up sheet on coachhouseplayers.org on the net.
Great. Well, thank you so much for calling in. This it sounds like a really good show. Get off the couch. Don't watch Netflix. Don't watch some dopey rental movie.
Yeah.
Go
see live action.
Some live
some of your
action
neighbors.
going on.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, if Broadway can come back,
Absolutely, the Coach House can come back.
Yeah.
Absolutely, that sounds like a lot of fun and intrigue and thank you for putting this on. Thank you to the performers for believing in this kind of theater, live theater here in our area. It's amazing, and please keep us posted on your next event. And I know Terry Dwyer will.
Yes, she will.
I know.
A big supporter.
I'm directing the first show in the spring. So you'll be getting information because we go up in April.
Oh, great.
Beautiful.
Oh, good.
Barbara, thank you so much for doing
thank
all
you.
you're doing and keeping live performance, around this area. Thank you so much.
And happy Thanksgiving.
You're welcome.
Yes. Good luck.
Happy
Good luck.
Thanksgiving to you also.
We hope you have 6 sellouts. All right. Well, it was a very interesting show today, right? Very different subjects, and we heard from John Masurgeon talking about the gloom of.
I know.
But I think he ended somewhere on a high note.
Yeah,
maybe somewhere.
Bad to
and how Glenda, Milner Vitone is just an inspiration to so many people.
Yeah.
Great, amazing, and. Gail Wistance, thank you for coming on about Hurley Heritage Society, and just recently Barbara Meltzer about the Coach House.
Yeah, so, I can't believe that 2 hours is up. It went fast.
Like a blink, just went like a blink. So, folks, continue to support the Happy Christmas Fund, Kingston Community Radio. There's opportunities in the local banks, Rondout Savings, Ulster Savings, Mid-Hudson Valley Federal Credit Union, Ulster Federal Credit Union. Where else? Stewart's. Voices Dairy. Lawrence up in Saugerties too, right? There's the.
There's one at the ice rink. There's no boxes at Stewart's though. There's only.
Right, but they contribute. But you got if you can, we get we're the recipients of some of it.
Right,
so
we fill out a grant. They give us some money.
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
Yeah. That's
good.
how that goes. And again, thank you to all the. People and businesses that donated to the Happy Christmas Fund this year. It was a banner year for us, record year for us, and
it's not too late to send money in the old-fashioned way. P.O.
absolutely.
Box.
There's still going to be
4364.
Right.
Kingston, New York 12402.
Right.
Or Venmo at
Lawrence.
Fancy Lawrence. That's Lawrence with a U.
I actually just got a $100 donation from.
Right.
One of Greg Chorvis's friends.
There you go.
Yeah.
So Venmo.
Venmo this year we actually did about 1,900 the day of the event or something. I just put another 500 in there the other day.
Great.
And we're back up to another 300 already.
Good.
But I think there's some of the money was from you.
Right.
Like John Stote. Vicky gave you a check. John Stope put his money through Venmo.
Venmo, okay.
Yeah, so a lot of people, like a lot of their donators are just putting their money through Venmo. But then we got some new people through there too.
Good, great.
Yeah, it was great.
So the Venmo, if you have Venmo and you want to contribute to a great cause, it's Lawrence with a U, Maxwell at Kingston Community Radio.
Right.
And we figured out how Venmo does make their money. They make $2 on the 100.
Yeah.
So they're not. Yeah, it's not like they're doing it for free.
No.
Because we were like, how is that even possible? So.
Yeah. No, but it's a lower amount, I think.
Oh, it's a way lower amount.
Yeah, so that's really good.
They're not taking 15% of your money.
Yeah.
Right.
Or asking you for an extra $15 on top of the 100 you're already donating.
Yeah, that was
That's what happened with the Kingston
GoFundMe,
Wire.
the
Oh, how's the
GoFundMe.
Kingston Wire doing, Val? Did they get their money?
You know, it's
Go to
funny
that
you
GoFundMe
say
page and
that
find out.
because I have to get in touch with Jesse. I want to get
Why don't
Jesse
you try
on the
to
show.
get them back on the air at
I
the
wanna
end
get
of the
them-
month?
I
That's
wanted
okay
to get
with
them
Tony.
on today,
Oh, wait a
and I-
second. You guys aren't on in 2 weeks because we'll be stuffing our face with turkey.
Right.
So are we not on Thanksgiving morning?
Do you want to come in on Thanksgiving,
Negative.
Val?
Okay.
I don't know. Do
Because
you?
Tony ain't coming in.
No, we're going down to Long Island, so we're not around
Yeah.
anyway.
And I'm gonna be. Yeah.
But maybe somebody will come on with you.
Yeah.
Dan.
No, because that means I got to come in, dude.
No, that's okay. Yeah, we'll take the day off. We'll take the day off.
No, we get five.
Start
Yeah,
stretching.
we get
5
we get
holidays.
5 holidays here at KCR: Christmas, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's.
Easter? Oh, no, it's a Sunday.
No, Easter. No Easter.
Sunday.
4th of July. We usually don't take. No, I think have we been doing Labor Days? I don't even remember.
I think we've done Labor
We do
Day.
a Labor Day because
Yeah.
it's Labor Day, but Memorial Day we don't take.
Yeah, I
off.
think so.
Yeah.
But usually Memorial Day and Labor Day fall on a Monday, and if Stanberg says he doesn't want to work on Mondays,
Right. That's fine.
you know, if Ed Alio says he wants to come in,
Yeah,
'cause that's
we can
it,
do that.
Then we will do it.
I'm going to see Ed next week. It's going to be the Dan and Don show. I'm have to go up to Albany to get smarter.
Oh, good, good.
Dan,
Maybe you should try to be one of their guests next week.
What?
And bring somebody from the Kingston Wire on. I'd like to. I made a donation to that page. I
Yeah,
don't want to
I'm gonna-
lose that.
I don't want to lose that
because
either.
I think the Freeman is a bunch of hocus pocus.
Yeah.
And we
Hocus
need
pocus,
real.
Jiminy.
We
Who,
need
Dan,
real.
Dan Gruner? Dan Gruner?
Dan
Is it
Gruner and Don
He's-
Williams.
and
Yeah.
Don Williams, and they only have one.
The Dan and Don.
The Dan and Don show.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Don
so
and Dan, I
Contact
think.
Dan and see what's up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think they only have one guest scheduled as of right now.
Okay.
So you could, technically,
Great. Thanks
come
for
on.
listening, folks. Thanks for supporting KCR. Be kind. Do a random act of kindness for somebody out there. 'Tis the season, but that should be 12 months a year. Help out. Help your fellow folks out there.
Be a Glenda.
Be a Glenda.
Be a Glenda.
Be a Glenda.
Be kind.
What would Glenda do?
What would she do?
What would Glenda do? Yeah, absolutely. All right. Thanks, folks. Be well. Be safe. All right. Thanks, Lawrence.